All right, guys, welcome back. So today we're talking about SoundHound. So last time, we did talk about the stock potentially hitting $12, $13 ranges. We are right there at 50-day moving average. Stock is hovering around these ranges. So in this video, I want to go a little bit different. Maybe look for, what's now from here. So last time I have given an example of Marathon Digital where I was saying that it could do similar pattern where a pullback's going into the option expiration of first big option expiration of the year. Identical timing, but this is Marathon Digital in 2024 in January, right? So almost similar. I'm not saying that it's one-to-one, but in terms of market capitalization and the theme, back then we had a crypto theme. Now, AI has been pretty much, this stock has a moment, comes back down. And I was looking for stocks. What stocks does it usually follow or rhyme with? So I don't know what it's going to do in the next few days or a few months or a few years. I don't have a crystal ball. I'm waiting for some sort of a flow, option flow, and then chart actually to prove that it's going to have a next leg move up. To the downside, I'm not interested as much because the big move has already happened, unless this is Marathon Digital, SoundHound, back to SoundHound. So unless it cracks this 12 and then stays below and stays heavy at these 50-day moving averages, then maybe it will come test its 200-day moving average. But if it hovers around these ranges, I'm going to be watching as low as 10. So the pivotal level for me would be 10. Holds these 10 levels and somehow in the next 2 weeks does exact same pattern as the Mara back in the day. And if it tries to get back above this 50-day moving average, which is moving up right now, then I would be interested to keep an eye on option activity and possibly trade it and maybe watch this name push towards 25-30 if that's the case. But I was comparing it to AI. So if you guys know C3 area AI stock, and go take a look at how it has traded in the last 2 years, right? So I was trying to compare it with IWM, Nvidia, and couldn't find what actually, since it's small cap, the SoundHound, what it follows or what it rhymes with in general. Like at what market conditions it catches a bid and starts pushing. So far, I'm looking at AI. C3 AI could be the one that leads all those small caps. So you can see in the beginning of the year, it does go back up to these levels, and then those small caps starts catching a bid. So I was comparing it very recently as well. 18th, if we go take a look at it, where is it? So SoundHound, let's compare it with C3 AI, and I'm gonna look at it maybe 1 year. Of course, this chart will not show you the identical similarities. Of course, C3 AI in terms of capitalization could be a lot larger. What is it right now? C3 AI 6-7. What is it? Oh, actually, it's $4 billion. So pretty much, okay, so SoundHound is a lot more right now. What is it? What's the capitalization of SoundHound? Oh, pretty much same, identical, 4.7 billion for... So SoundHound definitely outperforming the AI, C3 AI, in the last year. But the key is when they start moving. They start moving together. So last year, you can see right here, I'm showing at the bottom. I'm not sure if it's visible as much unless you're watching it on computer. But they move together. And when that happens, and when it happened both times, yes, SoundHound was able to move in both cases significantly more due to its capitalization and also the price of its stock, I guess, right? It a lot cheaper than in terms of just trading in the shares, not the capitalization of the stock. flow of the stock. It's cheaper and it has outperformed, but they have moved together back here. And anytime they chopped together. And then anytime they started moving, I'm looking at the most recent run since November 18th. You can see they start moving together. Of course, when C3 AI was up 50%, SoundHound at that point was up 700. And when C3 AI was up at its peak 63%, SoundHound was at 19 and 900 and something percent. But the point is, AI started fading before. So is this let's go take a look at the AI. So AI started topping well before SoundHound did and started going down. So I'm going to be keeping an eye on this. Maybe it does chop around a little bit more because it's trading. It doesn't look like it is bullish right here, C3 AI to me. But overall market is in a waiting mode as well. If you take a look at the S&P 500, pretty mixed. Today PPI came out, CPI tomorrow, and then this week is pretty big option expiration. For this week, I mean, I don't have much of expectation for SoundHound. I think it can just chop around. But if it fails, then yeah, I will be watching the array of 10 as a array it could possibly chop around. But if that happens, if those two things start pushing, overall IWM, you want the bonds to pull back as well. A lot of people are freaking out about the bonds, but Russell 2000 could be the year of speculation, where in 2025 a lot of people are pretty much fund managers actually. The narrative is that actually rumor, not the narrative. The rumor is that the large caps may not perform as well, and people will be focusing more on mid to small cap stocks, and it could be the year of small cap stocks. But we shall see. Yields have to pull back for small caps to get going, and also dollar has to pull back for small caps to get going. So the point is, IWM is the only name that is actually doing a little bit better, I want to say, holding on to its 200-day moving average. Unless it cracks 200, I mean, it's not going to look good. But even 2024 wasn't a whole good year, so you don't want to expect too much from the index as a whole. But individual names, the small caps, can do well. So small caps and mid caps can do well. I'm watching TLT to possibly bottom out here and start pushing higher. And I'm going to be watching DXY. Dollar, looks like dollar is pulling back today. So yesterday we hit 110. I mean, look at this dollar rally. So why not a little bit of a pullback towards 50-day moving average, maybe before Federal Reserve Fed rate decision, which is coming. When is the next FOMC? I think it's at the end of January. So 14 days left, and the consensus is, rates are not going to be going down. So pretty much 97% of people saying that no rate cut for March. Same thing, no rate cut for May. Same thing. People are not expecting up until the June meeting rate cut, and even then, this is not really crazy of a probability that they're going to do 25 basis points. But again, these are very crucial for small caps to get going. So dollar looks like it is topping here, in my opinion. Again, I'm not sure about macro levels. I don't bet on these. Last time I did bet on dollar in 2021, I pretty much lost my shirt trying to pretty much go long dollar, thinking that at inflation. I was way off. So I don't bet on dollar anymore. This is not my thing. FX trading, forex and futures or currency, but it had a very nice rally. As soon as Trump gets in the office, we might see, depending what is he going to push, we might see a little bit of an ease towards, currencies could get pretty much relief and just drop, and other currencies in the world pretty much catch a bid and strengthen a little bit against the dollar. But again, I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm thinking that it has gone a little bit too far. So if that's the case, again, I don't want to bore you with that. I'm going to be watching in general small caps and SoundHound in particular, maybe round 2. I don't know. This is something I will be keeping an eye on. So in terms of options, let's make it very, very quick today. Market is about to close in 30 minutes. So far, 109,000 calls traded, 38,000 puts traded. So looks like people are trying to maybe go a little bit long here at the support, but I'm not sure. Let's take a look at individual orders very quickly. I'm seeing some February 23 calls, but this is not significant and executed at the at the bid. So it's not a buy. It's probably a sell. So I'm not seeing one certain strike being active in terms of little bit time with a little bit of a, let's say 1 month out. I'm not seeing much. I'm seeing a little bit of July 18th 11 call, 1650 for January. I'm not interested in January. So I'm not seeing much of large flows coming into this stock. So I think it might happen in general. So this week, pretty big option expiration. It can close at whatever the maximum pain is for the stock. And then maybe next week you will see some sort of trend change. And next week, when is 20th actually? Is it this weekend? Oh, actually, so Monday is Trump coming into the office. So from Monday, I would be watching SoundHound. But today is Tuesday, 14th. We still have a lot of time. But I think it can definitely stay for a few days in this choppy shenanigan area. But also S&P 500 as well, trying to, I don't know, if it starts pulling back a little bit more, then yes, SoundHound will go a lot lower, in my opinion, back to its 200-day moving average. But if we see large caps just stabilize and maybe, again, all those macros, so far, we're not looking bullish in anything that I'm watching in general. Large caps, look at the Nvidia. It's pretty much large caps are not doing well. Apple, Tesla, whatever you want to look at it. But mid caps, same thing. They're dependent on those macro levels of, how bonds are going to move, how currencies are going to move. And then if these are going to be a theme, why not? I will be watching this name with confirmation, with options to see if it's going to bounce. Otherwise, yeah, $8. That's the video. That's the SoundHound. That's what I'm watching. That's the update. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.